This is for my fellow founders. You ever wake up and wonder if it's still worth all of this work? You built something. You have revenue coming in. You have a team. You have clients who trust you. By every measure, this is success. You were just celebrating big wins. Your first big sale, your first employee, having a team, and knowing it wasn't just you doing it anymore. And somehow now it feels harder than ever. It feels like you can't stop. You can't step away. You can't quite catch up. You didn't build your business to be the most stressed, most needed, least replaceable person in it, but that's exactly where you are. There's a name for what you're going through. I call it the messy middle. It happens to growing businesses, and it even happens to founders who are doing everything right. Here are the 3 signs you've hit the messy middle of growth, and some insights into what actually can shift it. So first, let me say, this is not a you problem. The way you built and ran your business when you started, leading on your instincts, making fast calls, being the hub of everything, it worked. It got you here. You are the expert. You get accolades and recognition for your work. Your clients trust you. The systems, the habits, the leadership structures that worked for you, they don't work the same way anymore. And when it's you and a few key helpers, basically everyone knows everything. The very thing that made you successful, your ability to hold it all together, is now the thing slowing everything down because it isn't scalable. Okay, here are the 3 things to look for. 1, everything still comes back to you. Decisions that should and could be straightforward, ones that your team could and should be making, still land on your desk. You get asked questions that have clear answers you've already given, and when you try to step back, things either stall or get done wrong, so you step right back in. This isn't because your team isn't capable, it's because the business was built around you. Every decision, every process, every standard lives in your head. And your team isn't waiting for direction because they're lazy. They're waiting because the business was never really designed to run any other way. Sign number 2, your team is good. You have a great team, actually, but they wait. You hire good people. You like them. They work hard. They believe in what you're doing, but they don't take the initiative the way you had hoped. They don't see what needs to happen and just handle it. They do what they've asked, and then they wait for the next ask. This is often a structure problem. Teams take initiative, what they own, they know what success looks like, and they trust they won't get overridden when they act. Any one of those 3 things is missing, and they'll default to waiting. All right, sign number 3. You can feel the old way breaking. Things that you thought you had solved for are problems again. Things that used to work, the informal check-ins, the loose agreements, the we all just know culture isn't enough anymore. Stuff is falling through the cracks, and you find yourself having the same conversation repeatedly. The friction from these 3 things are really a signal. It's your business telling you it's ready for the next level of structure and leadership. Here's what I want you to hold on to for a minute, because it's really easy to miss when you're in the thick of it. Don't think of the messy middle as a crisis. Think of it as a transition. You are not behind, and you are not failing. The instinctive ways of running things is starting to fray, not because you did something wrong, but because you've grown. 72% of entrepreneurs reported burnout symptoms in the last year. And nearly a quarter of the founders who closed their business in 2025 named burnout as the reason. Bad ideas, not a bad product, not bad markets, burnout. The cost of staying in the messy middle too long is real. So what's the shift? Moving from founder as operating system to building a business that has its own operating system. Okay, that sounds big, but let's break it down. Here are 3 concrete things you can do right away. First, role clarity. This is not about job titles, but rather about actual clarity on who owns what, who makes which decisions, and what done looks like for each person. This stops more of those I thought you had it moments where everybody's finger pointing. When people know what's theirs, they can take ownership of it. When they don't, they default to waiting or to you. Second, figure out what your team is allowed to decide on their own. Your team needs to know what they're empowered to decide without checking in. This doesn't mean handing over everything. If everything requires your sign off, you accidentally built a business that cannot function without you. So start small, pick one or two decisions that currently come back to you every time, define them to someone, and commit to not overriding them for 30 days. That one practice starts to rewire how your team operates. The third thing, a weekly check-in that your team runs, not you. This is a shared place where current work and projects are visible. Having a reliable, predictable cadence keeps things moving, even when your head's down on something else. You don't need a complex system. Consistency is the key here. These are not big overhauls, but they are the small shifts that help take you from being the person doing everything in your business. Growth starts to feel intentional instead of exhausting, and that's the goal. If you've watched this and thought, yes, this is exactly where I am, I invite you to schedule an alignment breakthrough session. It's a focused one-on-one call with me where we look exactly where the bottleneck is in your business with your unique team and situation. I've spent 25 years inside of organizations, including scaling a company from the ground floor to Inc. 500 recognition and over 45 million in revenue. I know what this stage looks like from the inside, and I can help your team break through. The link to book a time is in the description. If you're ready to stop running on fumes, stuck in the weeds of your business, and start leading your business, I'd love to talk. This channel is built for founders who are ready to structure for growth, the real practical work of building a team that runs well, leading with more clarity, and creating a business that doesn't depend on you for everything, so that you can step into the next level of leadership in your business. If that's what you're here for, I invite you to subscribe and stay around. Thanks for watching. I'm Andrea Almaraz, founder of COO in Your Pocket. See you next time.